bringing news that matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The Royal Bahamas Police Force reporting an increase in complaints against police in 2013. The Commissioner of Police telling the media that bad behavior will not be tolerated amongst members of the force, and shares how the policing plan of 2014 will address this apparent concern. Statistics reveal that complaints by members of the public against police officers in 2013 have climbed when compared to the previous year. In speaking with the media, Commissioner of Police Allison Greenslade says claims of assault by police officers have gone up by 5%, and then there's a 24% increase in unethical behavior. In the Commissioner's 2014 policing plan, a major plank is restoring the public's trust and confidence.
We cannot be effective in serving the people of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, visitors to our shores included, if we do not have the confidence of our people. And so I still believe that the majority of our people are decent, upstanding Bahamian citizens who come to work every day prepared to do a good job. In the heat of battle, we sometimes make mistakes. If you're on the front line and there's this interaction happening constantly, tempers are going to flare. You're bound to have a pinch point. That's understandable, both sides. But what is not acceptable is overbearing, rude, unprofessional, unethical behavior.
The Commissioner makes it clear that he has no problems disciplining police officers, according to the Royal Bahamas Police Force Act of 2009. He also makes it clear that he refuses to support bad behavior.
If you're not right, fix yourself. And if you can't deal with that, take the uniform off, do the respectable thing, and leave of your own volition. We won't be upset. And you know what? We create some job opportunities for some of your children who are young, interested, excited about a life, is looking forward to a good future, and would like to join and give some service, make some service contributions.
Greenslade adds that every officer will be held to a certain standard on or off the job.
Whether on or off duty, because of a small community where you are known, on or off duty, your behavior must always be consistent. It is no defense to say, well, I'm off duty, and so I can get drunk. I'm off duty, so I can just curse and be cavalier. That's not acceptable. It is not acceptable.
Also a part of the policing plan is the efficiency of management resources, including police vehicles.
It would do you well, members of the public, to remind them when they're speeding and being careless to take care of your car. When I was last in Grand Bahama, an upstanding member of the public pulled an officer over and said, look, I don't like the way you're driving my car. Take care of my car. I paid for that, and I'm going to tell Mr. Greenslade. And that officer choked up. And it's as real as that.
Greenslade also took the opportunity to congratulate officers in the North on their exceptional work. However, he strongly believes that the public's trust must be restored. We brought you the story earlier this week of vandalism at the Church of God of Prophecy in Hepburn Town. Today, a 24-year-old man of that same community was hauled before the court in 8 Mile Walk on the charge of sacrilege. Benjamin Hepburn appeared before Magistrate Gwen Claude. He pled guilty to the charge and was sentenced to 1 year behind bars. The charge is related to a break-in at the church sometime between September 10th and 13th. During that break-in, items stolen were 6 brass cymbals and 2 full sets of cymbals, including the stand. Police say all items were recovered. Now, police also tell us that 2 additional suspects are expected to be charged before the court tomorrow with the break-in into the Church of God of Prophecy in Hepburn Town. And the Minister of National Security, along with top law enforcement executives on Grand Bahama last week to discuss issues relative to crime with members of the Pastors Forum. Tonight, local pastor and community activist says while he commends the minister for the initiative, he believes it could have been more effective. Megan Shepard has this story.
President of the Families for Justice organization, Pastor Glenroy Bethel, says that for years they have waited for an opportunity to dialogue with the Minister of National Security and the Commissioner of Police, and finally that opportunity came at the Pastors Forum.
The problem was, though, at the Pastors Forum, pastors were not given adequate time to address the issues on crime on a holistically part, it is my belief that we as pastors have a social responsibility to members of the public to address any social ills that affects our people.
Bethel says that while other pastors in attendance offered good long-term solutions to youth development programs, he believes more time should have been allotted to discuss more serious criminal issues.
The matters of importance should have been discussed fully, which affected our families in our community. I believe if the pastors had adequate time at the pastors' forum, our contributions would have completed the Honorable Minister and the Commissioner of Police fact-finding mission to Grand Bahama.
Bethel says he also believes that a representative from the Attorney General's office should have been present at the forum, as both agencies work hand in hand to combat the criminal element. He says he believes the forum would have been much more successful if they were given some additional time to discuss the issues.
We are of the view that the Minister of National Security and the Commissioner of Police have a responsibility to protect its citizens and to ensure we as Bahamians live in a safe environment. If the pastors' forum held in Grand Bahama was given adequate time, then the pastors would have been able to recommend a now solution for the Commissioner of Police against accused criminals who have been caught by the police and released back into the community without being punished for their crimes.
The pastors' forum discussions wrapped up after an hour. Now Bethel says his comments are not made with malicious intent. He says he wants to see a change, and he hopes another forum will come to Grand Bahama in the near future. Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
The results are in from the Grand Bahama Christian Council election on Tuesday night, and there is a new leader of the Christian community. Pastor of Judah House of Praise, Keith Meadows, is the new president. He polled 58 votes, while his opponent, Pastor Eddie Victor, secured 39 votes, and incumbent President Bishop Arnold Pinder had 27 votes. Pastor Meadows says now that the elections are over, the council must move ahead with its agenda, which includes uniting the Christian community.
With God's help and the support of the churches here in Grand Bahama, to be able to accomplish some of the goals that I believe God has placed in my heart for Grand Bahama for this particular time. And one of the things that I'm looking forward to and working very hard towards is unifying the body of Christ. And because unity is strength, and therefore it is my prayer that as the body of Christ, as we unite together, we'll be able to accomplish much.
Pastor Sidney McIntosh of Revelation Faith Church was elected first vice president. He secured 92 votes, and his challenger, Bishop Cyril Curtis of the Central Church of God, polled 30 votes. Apostle Darius of Kingdom Harvest Global Ministries beat out Prophetess Quinty Sayers of Prophetic Kingdom Ministries 82-40 for the second vice president position. Pastor Meadows says he's excited about working with his team and advancing the greater work of the church.
I also want to commend the outgoing president, Bishop Arnold Pinder, for everything that he would have done to bring the council to this stage, and I'm looking forward as I move forward, working closely with him during this transition period. And so it is my desire to work closely with the president of the Bahama Christian Council as we unite to deal with the vexing situation of crime. And I believe if we work together, we can accomplish much.
Now, that election was held at the Pearl Cathedral of Christ the King. The Bahamas National Trust taking a vital campaign to schools throughout Grand Bahama. Tonight, Sabrina Brown tells us how students at one private institution stands to benefit.
The Bahamas National Trust and the Royal Bank of Canada have joined forces to spearhead a Blue Water Project, a global initiative designed to educate people about water conservation. RBC is investing some $50 million in this effort, which started in 2007. Education officer with the BNT, Scott Johnson.
A lot of people don't realize that we use quite a large amount of water every day. We use anywhere from 80 to 150 gallons of water a day. A lot of us don't believe that, but in actuality it's true. We take showers. A shower uses about 2 gallons of water per minute. And if we take a 30-minute shower, that's 60 gallons of water. And if we bathe or shower twice a day, that's 120 gallons just to shower. Not to mention we have to drink water and we have to wash our clothes and all that kind of stuff.
Johnson and his team have been visiting schools on Grand Bahama throughout the week. He says it's important for young people to understand their message.
A lot of the children here, they know about water, but a lot of them tend not to really know how to use water properly. And they can also have to relay that information to their parents. Hey, Mom, guess what? Did you know that we use about 150 gallons of water per day? And then just by the children being there and learning about that, they could help to educate the parents. And the parents could help to make decisions that could be beneficial in the long run to the Bahamas.
Freeport Gospel Chapel is one of the schools the BNT officials visited today. Principal Raquel Albury.
This was very significant to us at this time because our 4th graders are doing their social studies curriculum portion on water pollution, land pollution, air pollution, as well as what can be done to conserve these resources. So this was very timely for us. And also our 6th graders will also be doing a study on the Bahamas National Trust. So this gave them some insight as to what to expect when they get to that portion of the curriculum.
6th graders Travicia Rolle, Kashante Buchanan, and Athena Jennings were excited about the presentation.
I learned how to conserve more water and not to pollute things inside of the seawater. If you're washing, don't put, you put socks and socks, shirts, don't just put them to wait till it's a full load because that is wasting water. I learned that instead of throwing bleach and other stuff inside of the grass, we should flush it down the toilet.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
Okay. Good day. Justin Bieber got locked up. My daughter's having a fit.
Oh.
I don't understand why they freaking out over that young man. Something
I don't know.
wrong. And daddy right here.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That's going to do it for us here in the North. We have our entire ZNS News.
I may not be Justin, but I'm Rick.
You ain't even close to Justin.